Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're diving into the world of symbolism today, exploring the fascinating meanings behind the acacia tree.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
You might be surprised by how much depth and history is packed into this seemingly ordinary tree.
I bet. I don't know much about trees, to be honest.
Well, we've got excerpts from articles about the acacia and how it's been seen by different cultures.
Okay.
Get ready for some aha moments.
I'm ready.
We're going to uncover a whole secret language hidden right in front of us.
Cool. What sort of things will we be covering?
We're going to cover a lot of ground, from ideas of immortality and resilience to the acacia's spiritual significance and its role in various cultures.
Sounds like a lot to unpack.
Oh yeah, we'll even touch on how the acacia represents renewal and purity.
Wow.
Okay, so let's start with this idea of immortality and resilience.
Okay.
The acacia is often linked to these concepts because of its incredible durability.
I see.
It's known for being tough, able to withstand harsh conditions.
Right.
And it stays green all year round. And this symbolism goes way back.
How far back?
In ancient Egypt, for example.
Okay.
The acacia was associated with Osiris, the god of rebirth.
Oh, wow.
It shows his connection to resurrection and the afterlife.
So the acacia wasn't just any tree to the Egyptians?
No, it was tied to some of their core beliefs about life and death.
It makes you wonder what they would thought of other trees.
Well, this connection to the enduring soul, this idea that a part of us lives on after we're gone,
Right.
also appears in Hebrew traditions and even in Freemasonry.
Freemasonry.
For our listeners who might not be familiar,
Yeah, what is that?
Freemasonry is an organization with roots going back centuries.
Okay.
It has a rich set of symbols and rituals, and the acacia is right at the center, symbolizing the immortality of the soul and the belief in life after death.
It's like this tree is a thread,
It really is.
connecting all these different spiritual beliefs across time and culture.
Exactly. So you've got these ancient cultures.
Yeah.
And then centuries later, this organization is still using the same symbolism.
Wow.
It shows you how powerful these ideas are.
Absolutely. And the acacia's ability to survive in tough environments.
Right.
Like deserts.
It can weather storms and droughts.
It makes it an even stronger symbol of resilience.
Yeah, it's like it embodies that never give up spirit.
That's a good way to put it.
It faces challenges head on
Yeah.
and comes out even stronger.
It reminds me of that quote.
Which one?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or something like that.
Right.
It's a beautiful analogy for how we deal with problems. We can look to the acacia as a reminder that even when things are hard,
Yeah.
we can still find the strength to keep going.
To endure and flourish.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got immortality, we've got resilience.
Yeah.
But the acacia's spiritual significance goes even deeper.
Oh.
Especially when you consider its connection to the Ark of the Covenant.
The Ark of the Covenant.
A sacred chest described in the Bible.
Oh, right.
It was said to be made from acacia wood. Really?
That definitely elevates its status.
For sure.
It suggests a certain sacredness
Yeah.
and purity.
Precisely. Using acacia wood for such an important religious artifact,
Yeah.
it says a lot about how much it was revered.
Right. And like we said before,
Yeah.
that reverence lives on in Freemasonry, where the acacia has such an important place
I see.
in their rituals and symbolism.
It's fascinating how the acacia goes beyond any one religion or time period.
Absolutely.
It taps into something universal about the human experience.
Exactly.
Our search for meaning and connection to something greater than ourselves.
And speaking of connections,
Okay.
we can't forget the acacia's deep roots in African cultures. It's interesting how this one tree pops up in so many different places and beliefs.
It really is like a connecting thread, isn't it?
So what's the acacia's significance in Africa?
Well, in a lot of African cultures, the acacia is just part of daily life, deeply rooted in their traditions and folklore, and it's both practical and symbolic. It's not just an abstract symbol then.
No, not at all. It's part of their lived experience.
Okay.
For example,
Yeah.
acacia bark. It's used in all sorts of remedies
Really?
to treat colds, fevers, skin conditions, even digestive issues.
So it's a healer, a protector, a provider.
Yes, exactly. And it's seen as a symbol of strength, protection, and resilience.
It's really a powerful tree.
And it's often seen as a symbol of the African savanna itself,
Oh, that makes sense.
a testament to its ability to survive in such a harsh environment.
That connection to a place is powerful.
It is, and it makes you think about other places and their special trees.
Like,
Well, did you know that in Australia,
yeah.
a type of acacia called the wattle tree is a national symbol?
Oh, right, the golden wattle. I've seen pictures.
Beautiful yellow flowers.
It's amazing how the same tree can mean different things in different parts of the world,
It really shows you how nature can inspire a sense of national identity.
and how symbols change based on where you are.
Exactly. It reminds us that there are many ways to see the same thing.
Okay, so we've looked at all these different perspectives, but there's one more we should talk about.
What's that?
The idea of renewal and purity.
Okay.
Some cultures believe that the acacia can ward off bad energy.
Interesting.
Makes you wonder if that comes from its ability to survive tough conditions.
You mean like,
Like it's saying, I can survive this so I can protect you too.
I like that.
And it could live for hundreds of years in some cases.
Wow.
Almost like it's untouched by time, adding to that sense of purity and endurance.
It really makes you think about how much meaning can be packed into one tree.
I know we've gone from immortality and resilience
Yeah.
to spiritual significance, cultural importance, and now this idea of renewal and purity.
It's incredible.
All these ideas are connected.
They are all intertwined.
And these meanings weren't just given to the acacia randomly, were they?
No, they came about over time
Right.
based on what it looks like, how it acts, and its role in different cultures.
It's like people looked at the acacia.
Right.
Its strength, its longevity, its unique properties,
Exactly.
and then they made those observations part of their beliefs and stories.
Creating a rich tapestry of meaning.
And that's why these symbols resonate with us so much.
They really do.
They connect us with nature and the way we try to find meaning in the world. You know, I have to admit, before this deep dive, I never really thought much about acacia trees.
I hear you.
But now I'm starting to see them everywhere.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking about all the symbolism.
Like a whole new world has opened up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it makes you realize how much wonder there is all around us.
If you just take the time to notice.
Okay, so I think we've successfully uncovered a lot of meaning about the acacia tree today.
I think so too. We've looked at its representations of immortality and resilience,
Right.
explored its spiritual and cultural significance, and even touched on the idea of renewal and purity.
And who knew a simple tree could make for such a fascinating conversation?
It really has been a great journey.
It has, and I hope our listeners are as fascinated as we are.
Me too.
This has been so interesting, and before we finish up our deep dive into acacia symbolism,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
Oh, a final thought.
Exactly. So we've talked about how the acacia has all these different meanings in different places and times.
Right.
But what about you, dear listener? What speaks to you the most about what we've discussed today?
Maybe it's the acacia's resilience, you know?
Hmm.
The way it can not only survive but grow in difficult places.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the idea of immortality,
That enduring part of us.
connecting us to something bigger than ourselves.
Or maybe something else entirely.
Whatever it is, we hope you'll take that thought with you.
Yeah.
Let it grow into your own understanding of this amazing tree.
Because at the end of the day, the most powerful symbols are the ones that speak to us personally.
The ones that we connect with deeply.
Exactly.
As you go about your day, maybe you'll see an acacia tree that you hadn't noticed before.
Or maybe you'll look at a familiar one with new eyes.
Seeing its strength, its beauty, its deep symbolism.
And when you do...
We hope you'll think back to this deep dive.
Yeah.
And all the amazing meanings woven into this seemingly ordinary tree.
Because sometimes the most profound lessons are right in front of us.
Just waiting to be discovered.
Very true.
Well, that's all for our deep dive into acacia symbolism.
Thanks for joining us.
Until next time. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep looking for those hidden depths in the world around you.
Happy exploring.